What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pat and Dan Show. As usual, I'm Patrick Hennessy. To my right is the man, Dan Allenrock. How are we doing tonight, Dan?
Bro, I'm doing so well. All the circumstances are lining up for me to have a good night. Yankees, not as of right now, I don't want to say it like that. They're in a playoff spot, and the Blue Jays are losing as we speak. Big series this weekend, bro. I'm chilling, man. How are you?
Life is good for now. I mean, that's also, like, it feels like Christmas Eve, but also at the same time, it's like, it could be like the eve of our death. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know what to expect.
You don't know if you're getting like a PS5 or like underwear and socks.
Or cold.
Like, you don't know what's coming up. But like, and that's what I tried to do today, yo. I was like telling myself, like, listen, I think the Yankees are gonna make the playoffs, but also too, I want to appreciate, like, all the hype right now of like, like getting excited for the possibility of it, because you never know what's gonna happen. But I'm feeling pretty good, bro.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about tonight. Like we said, big 6-game road trip starting up tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow, barring any crazy rain stuff. But before we get into that, let's take a 10-roll call. Let's see who we got in the chat on this fine, was it Thursday evening? Shout out to Black Swan. We got Trick Shot, D&E Show. We got Lori, Christian, New York Style. We got Pim Paul, Christian, Jose, Matt, Trick Shot, Emilio, Jacob. Appreciate you all so much for stopping by. I wish I could on everyone, but you know what? Unfortunately, we cannot. But Dan, I say we start things off with a bang before we kind of get into like the whole Boston trip, the whole Toronto trip, whatever. I say we kind of recap this little sweep of the Rangers. That was so necessary. We were talking about this on Monday, right? We were like, the Yankees need to sweep the Texas Rangers. And if they don't, like, I'm not going to be feeling too good about like their direction moving forward. But the fact that they were able to just get that sweep down, especially last night's game when they were down 3-0. Bro, I'm not going to lie, I was starting to get a little bit nervous. Like when they were down 3-0, I was praying for a comeback just because, dude, just to see them lose that final game in the series would have been so heartbreaking.
It's time to get you caught up thanks to Window Concepts. Top of the second, back-to-back double.
Continue. I got the Twins game on in the background.
There's
bro.
no, Dan, I was just emptying my heart out to you. Okay. So basic, bottom line, the Yankees had to win last night, and thankfully they did. They finally pulled off a sweep.
Yeah, bro. That game came real close to driving me insane. Like, I really was feeling my blood boil. And if we lost that game, which, bro, a lot of people, like, not really Yankee fans, but some of the negative Yankee fans are like, oh, bro, it's the Rangers. You're supposed to beat up on them. Well, how many times have we said this year about the Yankees regarding, like, the Orioles, like the Indians this past series, bro? Like, yeah, you're supposed to beat up on these teams. And the Yankees did what they were supposed to do. They beat up on the Rangers, swept them. But, yeah, bro, when we were down 3-0, like, I don't want to say I was, like, not feeling confident because that goes against my optimistic ways. But, like, bro, like, I was preparing for heartbreak. And if I was the type to say, like, oh, season's over, which I'm not, but if I were the type to say that stuff, if we lost the game last night, bro, like, that would have been the closest I would have came this season saying, oh, to season, like, legitimately saying this season's over, which obviously it wouldn't have been. But, like, bro, like, by winning the game, one, it was just a feel-good win anytime you have a comeback win. And, like, it seemed like everybody contributed, which was nice. But, like, bro, like, the impact that has going forward with, like, one, obviously we're in a playoff spot, and two, like, the fact that we're in a playoff spot, like, it's such a lot less stressful looking at the remaining schedule because we control our own destiny. Like, if the Yankees just do what they got to do, like, we're chilling, we're in there.
Yeah, it's so weird, right? Because I feel like when we say like controlling our own destiny, like destiny is playing out for this team right now. Like, despite like all the ups and downs that they've had this season, it now comes down to like these last 9 games. That's essentially what it is. And it's so funny how the 3 series left are the 3 teams that the Yankees have kind of like struggled with the most this year, right? Boston dominated us early in the year. Tampa dominated us early in the year. Toronto just swept us at Yankee Stadium. So it's like, it's kind of becoming so poetic that the Yankees can honestly just make things all right at the end of the year here. And I think if like we're thinking of an ideal situation, I'd like to go like 7-2. They might have to go 7-2.
I mean, well, if they were to go 7-2, that would include a sweep of one of the series, correct?
I think we're gonna.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of ways you can crunch up. To me, bro, it's quite simple. I mean, just win every series. I mean, the main thing for the Boston series, and this sounds obvious because it is, but like, do not get swept by the Red Sox, because I broke it down a little bit today, and the Yankees, they could honestly, I mean, you don't want this to happen, but like, they actually could survive losing 2 out of 3 to the Red Sox, because like, at least now, not for, if you
mathematically
lose 2 out of 3 to the Red Sox, if you lose 2 out of 3 to the Red Sox, you're not catching Boston. And honestly, like, it'd be nice to be the first wild card, but like, only thing that's on my mind right now, like my only priority is just getting to the playoffs. You could lose 2 out of 3 to Boston and still be fine to make the playoffs. What's really going to come down to, bro, is how we hold up against the Blue Jays. Because, I mean, yeah, the Mariners were chasing us. The A's were chasing us. They fell off a little bit. But, like, it's going to come down to Yankees versus Blue Jays, I feel like, at this point. Who's going to be that second wild card spot? So how we face against them, you have to at least win 2 out of 3. If we can sweep them, I feel like that puts the nail in the coffin. But if not, I mean, the series against the Rays will be obviously pretty important. And we've played pretty well against the Rays the last, 2 series this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, and the fact that that's at home, and I guess Cole would be pitching game 1 of that series. So, I mean, it's hard not to feel really good, like the remaining 9 games, but just try to win every series.
Yeah, and also see couple people in the chat saying Jays tied it, so
they did. I was gonna say
not
that,
ideal.
Yeah,
but yeah, like kind of like you just said, like the Yankees can survive like losing 2 out of 3 to the Red Sox. Like obviously they could survive it mathematically, but I think it's kind of the same thing as far as like losing last night's game to the Rangers, right? They would have been able to survive if they lost last night's game, but it wouldn't have been like an ideal scenario moving forward. It would have been garbage. So, dude, if you walk into Boston and you lose 2 out of 3, I might start doubting the Yankees' postseason hopes. I really might. And obviously, it depends entirely on what Toronto does, because I think the only thing that sucks in this scenario here is that, dude, if the Yankees end up missing the playoffs by like 1 game or so, can you imagine just like the heartbreak that we're going to feel? Like just looking back on all these games that we blew, late, Chapman blowing it, Green blowing it. If you would have just not blown one of those games, you would have a playoff spot. And that's why I don't want it to have to come down to that.
I'll look at a lot of them as not to blame the season if we don't make the playoffs on Chad Green, but like he'll be the main guy I think of. Like a lot of the games that Chad Green blew. But,
I'll think of Chapman as well.
Yeah. I guess it's more so I just expect Green to be a lot more consistent because that's what he has been over the last few years or ever since he came up. But yeah, I mean, it would suck, bro, we lose by 1 game because that means it happened on game 162. If we lose by 1 game, I mean, I guess there's ways it could happen the other way. But like most likely, if we miss on the playoffs by 1 game, that means like we're going into game 162, season on the line, and we end up losing. That would be pretty shitty. But I don't want to think about that, bro. I don't see that happening. Like I swear to God, bro, if you take the Yankee fan out of me, bro, and I'm just like a straight up MLB analyst, I'm picking the Yankees right now. I think they're in the best situation to make the playoffs over the Blue Jays. Now, people would be like, they're going to bring up the schedule. But honestly, the Twins, and I'm not just saying this because they actually looked half decent tonight, but like the Twins, I feel like aren't as bad as, say, like people make the Rangers out to be. Like, I don't think the Twins are pathetic. Like, I think they can still hold their own against the Blue Jays. And I honestly I believe the Yankees are they seem to play well when they have to against decent teams. I actually think the Yankees will take 2 out of 3 against the Blue Jays. And if they do, I feel like that puts a nail in the coffin for them. Or not nail in the coffin, but like that kind of settles it. Like we're going to win. We're going to get the second wild card if we beat Toronto 2 out of 3, and I think they will.
No, yeah, and I think that's kind of what it comes down to, right? But also, like, that's why I'm looking at, like, this Red Sox series, and I'm looking at the pitching matchups. And I think that's also why I'm, like, fairly confident that we could sweep them pretty easily, dude. Also, I don't want to hear anything about Boston's, like, Mickey Mouse win streak that they got going on right now. They're on, what, like a 7-game win streak? Not one of those teams have been a contender, like, at all. It's, like, 2 against the Orioles, freaking...
And, bro, those jerseys are ugly as hell.
I can't wait to destroy them in those jerseys tomorrow. But listen,
they'll be wearing them tomorrow, right? Because they're not stopping till they lose. I don't think. Right?
Yeah, no.
Thing?
But as far as pitching matchups go, I'm fairly confident that we could honestly sweep tomorrow. Cole versus Eovaldi, and then Saturday you got Cortez versus Pivetta, and then Sunday you got Monty versus Eduardo Rodriguez. So I'm looking at all 3 of those pitching matchups. About that? We have the edge. Yeah.
Yo, like I was looking at that today, and like I just saw. Yeah, Cole, Nestor, Monty, and like it just made me feel a little bit better about like, and not that I was doubting them, but like that's a nice set of 3 pitchers we got going this weekend. You know, like it makes you think about like a possible division series or just any postseason series. Like pitching wise, bro, especially with like the guys we're getting back lately and like the emergence of Mike King coming back. Like, bro, we really will set up well for pitching wise, at least for a postseason series. Yeah, that's kind of what just seeing this weekend starters. Like kind of got me excited, bro, because like. All 3 of those guys, obviously Cole and obviously Monty, but like Nestor too. Now it's like we have a legitimate shot on the pitching end of things to win every single game.
Yeah, no, I agree 1,000%, and that's why you kind of like look at the pitching matchups. I'm super confident, and then you kind of look at the bullpen now on the fact that Herman's back, dude. We're looking at a bullpen that is still missing Jonathan Loaiza, and I think that this is probably the best bullpen that the Yankees are going into a postseason with, maybe of this entire core. Is that ridiculous to say? Like even going past 2017,
The
I just think
upside, sure. But no, the 19 bullpen was ridiculous. So
But
I
I
mean,
just
like
think
the
the
worst
depth
part
is
of it was
there,
Adam
bro.
Ottavino, who was misused. So I don't know. The upside of it is very yes. Because I mean,
Like, bro,
like
you have
if
a
you're factoring
bullpen.
Severino, Herman, King,
Yeah.
and then Loaiza coming back, then yeah, like the upside of it. But like also too, like there is risk there, and that like King has thrown 4 innings since coming off the IL. Sevy, you know the deal about him. Herman, like how inconsistent he's been. Loaiza coming off an injury. So I mean, like there's reason to be like skeptical, but like yeah, the upside of it could be probably the best bullpen the Yankees have ever had going into postseason ever.
Dude, but that's why you have to make it. Like I've been saying this for so long, you literally just have to get in. And then this team is like so capable of anything to make whatever happen, bro. And also, yo, Jose, with this comment here, Pat, the recency bias king. This team is not better than last year's team in the playoffs. I disagree by
I'll disagree with that.
1,000,000,000%.
Yeah,
This
100%.
Yankees team on paper might be the best we've ever had going into a postseason. And I'm not even
Yeah.
joking when I say that. I'm looking at the
stand by
rotation,
this.
bullpen, and lineup.
If we're talking about the baby Bombers core, I think
Yeah.
and the main difference, because if you want to like say like the best team in the core, I feel like most fans would agree. Outside of people that are still like attached to 2017, 2019 was the best team, like at least before this year, if you want to argue that.
Yeah.
The main difference maker between those two would be Garrett Cole, right? But yeah, like I stand by it. Like out of all the teams from 2017 to the current day, I think this team in 2021 is the best suited for a postseason run. And a lot of it has to do with Garrett Cole, but like, you know, Anthony Rizzo, Joe, yeah, I don't have to go into it, but like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, it just get past that wild card game, and all of a sudden, bro, like I'm as confident about this team. And I mean this. I'm as confident about this Yankees team if they win the wild card game, get to the division series, as I would have been like as I was in the beginning of the year when I thought they were going to win the division straight out. If that makes sense.
No,
Like
yeah.
all of a sudden, bro, if you get past that risky 1-game wild card game, Cole shuts the Red Sox down in Fenway, whatever, bro, get us to the division series. All of a sudden, like I am thinking World Series. I really am.
Dude, I've been thinking World Series. And that's why, like, yo, I don't understand. I think it's like, it might be recency bias for like the Yankees fan base to kind of look at this team on paper, being like, oh, they're not good. I think you're just looking at this team's ups and downs and kind of just taking that in. But if you look at this lineup and compare it to like even 2019, I still think that this lineup's better. Now, obviously, they haven't gotten the production throughout the regular season. Gleyber Torres isn't hitting 40 home runs. Brett Gardner's not hitting 30 home runs. But I think it's essentially, bro, you're looking at a lineup of DJ LeMahieu. Sure, he's regressed, but like in the postseason, I'm wiping away all regular season stats. That's what you do in the postseason. So then in the 2-hole, you got Judge, and then Rizzo. I don't know whatever you want to flip flop them. Judge, Rizzo, Stanton, Gallo, Gleyber, Gary. Dude, this is a lineup that I'm telling you right now is easily capable of winning a World Series. And people in the chat, Jose says, watch us lose tomorrow, and Pat says his team is not good. Literally, shut up, dude, because I've never said that before.
Yeah,
literally,
Pat
dude.
doesn't say that.
It's actually ridiculous to think though that like Dan, I kind of want to touch on the Yankees fan base right now, just for a hot second.
Well, real quick, can I talk about the lineup because I honestly, I'll look at them as equivalents right now from 2019 to 2021. Really, because I mean, like, big difference is DJ and Gleyber's production. Now I know what you're saying by like, oh, it's postseason, like clean slate. That I feel like is a lot more like a mental thing. Like that works well with like an example would be like 2018 Gary Sanchez, where like weird ass, inconsistent, injury riddled regular season. All right, start fresh. You got the postseason. But like for DJ LeMahieu, unless they're juicing the balls, like this just may be who DJ is. Like he may be like a 750 or 740 OPS guy.
Well, I mean, he was awesome last year too, though.
DJ, yeah, no, yeah. I know. I'm saying about going into this year. So I'm saying like it's not like all of a sudden like all right, fresh start for DJ. Like he might return to 18 or 19 to 20 form. I think it's just like he probably will still be what 2021 DJ LeMahieu was. But also too, since you brought up Gleyber, did you see Gleyber's second half numbers that I put out last night?
Yeah, they're actually good.
They're not terrible, you know, and
like, especially his numbers since moving to second base. They're actually really. I think he's batting over 300.
They're pretty similar. It's right around like a 110, 115 weighted runs created plus. So he's significantly better than league average. Bro, if Gleyber can just, and I feel like a lot of the issues with Gleyber is defense, but like if you can just chill with the mental mistakes, big time. You really just got to chill with the mental mistakes. I'm content with second half production Gleyber Torres. It's not nearly as, or it's not as good as 18 to 19 Gleyber, but like in a world where Gleyber is competent on defense, that's okay. That offensive production.
Yeah, and dude, like that's why I'm looking at this lineup, and I I think I'm seeing the ceiling of everyone, right? When we were talking about the bullpen and like seeing the ceiling of the bullpen and how that has like a higher possibility in 2019. I think you look at the ceiling of the lineup and it's kind of like the same thing, especially if Judge, Gallo, and Stanton are all getting hot at the same time, and you add Rizzo to that lineup as well. This is also a much more diversified lineup than we had last season as well. Even in 2019, who were the lefties in that lineup? You had
That's
Hicks,
the advantage.
Didi, Gardy. That was it?
Yeah, that's the plus you could get because, like, one, yeah, I think we have more. Assuming Gardy's going to be starting in the postseason, we have more lefties than we did in 19. And two, our lefties are better than they were in 19. I mean, you had like 2019 Didi, which is not good. 2019 Gardner was good in the regular season. And then who was the other guy you mentioned? Hicks. And then Hicks had the big homer, but I mean, what was that, like his only hit that postseason? So I mean, like, yeah, like as for lineup balance, we have more of it, and it's better this time around.
Yeah, and kind of going back to what I wanted to touch on before, but I mean, speaking of like the Yankees fan base as a whole, right? We talked about this a little bit on Monday, and that was when I guess the Yankees were just like starting to come around. And people were like coming after me saying, Pat, like they're not rolling just yet. And those same people were like also kind of rooting for the Yankees to miss the playoffs because they're like, oh, if we miss the playoffs, that's the only opportunity we're going to see change happen. I was under the assumption, right, that the fans who kind of just like aborted the ship when it looked like the Yankees were completely sinking like a week ago or so, I assumed that they were going to hop back on, right, once the Yankees were starting to do good again. It seems like those same fans are still trying to push their own narrative even when the Yankees win. And they're like, well, this team still isn't doing anything anyway. And it's so funny to see how the narrative has kind of twisted a little bit from this team has no chance of making the postseason to now this team has no chance of making it past the wild card. You know what I mean?
They'll say, like, I don't want them to make the postseason because they have no chance of winning, which I don't align with that mindset at all. And something that I will take heat for, and I think you may even disagree with me on this, is I always said, bro, I understand what Boone said when he says we've been closer to the World Series than people think, because I do believe the postseason is a crapshoot, bro. Like, once you get in, and by get in, I really mean get past the wild card game, get to a series, get to the division series. Once you get to that division series, bro, anything can happen. And this Yankees team, bro, like you're telling me the Yankees can't beat the White Sox in a series. We've seen last two series, they beat the Rays in a series. They're capable of doing that. They can beat the Red Sox. Honestly, The only team in the American League that really scares me all that much is the Astros. We've handled them this regular season too. And then, we get to the World Series. Honestly, bro, this might be the one year, and this sounds weird to say, we get to the World Series, bro, in some way that'll, like, I'll be somewhat, I don't want to say content, but I'll be more satisfied of just making the World Series this year than I would have been any other year. Out of all the adversity we've gone through, I don't want to say adversity, but after all we've been through this year, bro, like getting to the World Series would be a success. And the only way you could, I feel like what people would look at it as not being a success, and like maybe you included, would be like, that would probably guarantee Boone's back if we make it to the World Series, even if we lose.
No, 1,000%. And I think that's why like a lot of people get it twisted in the sense of like when you say like, oh, like we could get to the World Series and lose and you'd still consider the season a success, right? I think people get it twisted in the sense of like, even if the Yankees make it to the World Series, they still view the season as a failure. And like in the grand scheme of things, it essentially is. But at the same time, it's like you don't know that for – listen, their argument is that if the Yankees make the postseason, they're not going to make the World Series. But you don't know that for a fact. Just like you said, like anything could happen. And I actually agree with you 1,000% when you say like the postseason is a crapshoot, because it's not necessarily like the best team that wins it every year. It's literally just the hottest team. Bro, if the Yankees run into the playoffs this year on a 9-game win streak, they could easily be the team to beat. The Tampa Bay Rays will be praying for the Yankees to lose in the American League wildcard game. That's just how baseball works.
Dude, and that's a big part of it, bro. And we'll be able to tell how much I feel like the Rays fear the Yankees. They don't scare me, by the way, they don't scare me anywhere either, especially if actually no, because it's going to be a series, but like they don't scare me at all when they're in Yankee Stadium. So that's for the series to finish out the year. That doesn't scare me at all. But like, bro, the Rays are going to really try hard to win that series at the end of the year. If they can not just screw us over, but like they can if they can avoid facing us, bro, like I feel like they'll do everything possible to do that. If they don't want to face us, no team wants to face us. I feel like no team wants to face us. I'm not saying they're scared of us necessarily, but like, I honestly, like, say it's an ALCS, right? And it's whether it's the Astros, Rays, Red Sox, whoever. If they could choose their opponent between like either us or like the White Sox, they'd much rather face the White Sox 100%.
1,000%.
And I feel like the Astros rather face the Red Sox than face the Red Sox than face the Yankees. If we get
anyone besides the Yankees, bro. I mean, teams are probably also a little bit scared of the Blue
And-
Jays just because their offense is like ridiculous. But I
and
mean,
their pitching has shown up lately, so yeah, I'll give you that. But like,
yeah. But also, I mean, dude, I'm looking at the Tampa Bay Rays, right? I'm still so confused as to how this team is going to end up winning like over 100 games most likely. Is that not
Management.
mind blowing to you?
yeah, I guess their management is just insane. Like
Must
their
be
front
nice.
offices,
Must be nice, dude.
like they're just flat out geniuses. Like,
but-
props to them, honestly.
But that's why I'm looking at like the American League East, and I think I've seen a lot of people make this argument, and they're like, "Yo, the White Sox have not had to like worry about a postseason spot in like 2 months, and they have like what, one more win than the Yankees or something like that." And the Yankees are stuck in the American League East. If you would have told me in the beginning of the season that we would have 4 90-plus win teams in the AL East, I probably would have called you crazy, bro. But now we're looking at the Rays, Yankees, Red Sox, and Blue Jays, and they'll all most likely win 90-plus games this season. When was the last time that happened?
Yeah.
When was the last time 4 teams in the division had that many wins?
Bro, it's crazy. Like, it's happening a lot this year, bro. Like, even in like dude, like I feel bad for like the Dodgers or the Giants, like in the NL West, you know, like where
Yeah, the
if there was
Dodgers
a
are
year-
like 17
if,
games up on the
if
first
there
wild
were a
card.
year, bro, to where like somebody really wanted to force the argument of get rid of divisions, like this would be the best example to go with. Because
Sure.
like just like the way the seeding's gonna work too. And like going back to the Dodgers real quick, bro, whoever doesn't win the West, like that would really suck to the Dodgers if they get to a wild card game and they lose that after winning what? Like they may win like 100, 203 games and lose in a wild card game. I remember it happening. Do you remember like in 2014 or 15? Like, it was like the NL Central had like
Central? Yeah, it was the
3 like
15,
101
15.
teams or something like that. Yeah, bro. Like
And then I think
it's crazy.
It was the Cubs, Cardinals, Pirates, and then I think the Cubs and Pirates had to end up playing the wild card game.
Yeah, and meanwhile, bro, like if we're in the NL East, like the Braves are a 5th place team. Meanwhile,
Oh
they're
yeah,
leading
no,
the
for sure,
NL East, which is crazy.
1,000%. It's dude, it's so weird, but at that like that's why I don't really waste so much time thinking about it because there's not anything we can.
I
do
don't. And
about it.
honestly, I like divisions. I actually don't want to get rid of them, but I don't blame anybody who does want to get rid of them. Like it makes sense if they are kind of flawed, but I think from like a rivalry aspect, it's important to have divisions.
No, yeah, especially because like last year, I wasn't a really big fan of it. I don't know if it was like because it was a 60-game season or whatever. Also, because the playoffs were expanded. But
Well, that was
the
terrible.
playoffs, the playoffs just felt a little bit more worthless last year. But also, I don't know if you saw, but I think there's talks of the wild card game turning into like a 3-game series, kind of like what they did last year.
I'd be cool with that. I'll say this about last year: the playoffs themselves, once we were there, it felt fun. Like it felt like worthy playoffs.
Getting there was weird.
I was gonna say getting there was what like I remember like when the Yankees were like just struggling down the stretch and like you just didn't really care how bad they were because like you still knew they were gonna make the playoffs probably, right? But once you got there, I mean, like I still consider I consider the Dodgers 2021 championship to be as legitimate as any other championship.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean,
If not more difficult. I think a lot of people forget that too.
yeah, no, for sure. But I wouldn't be opposed to the 3-game wild card series.
I mean,
I wouldn't be a bad
I'd
idea.
rather just win the division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Dan, I want to talk about one guy, and
But-
I don't know if you saw the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Well, I was gonna say like they would still have to make it so like the 3-game wild card series that there was still a clear disadvantage to not winning the division. Like,
No, sure.
Like whatever it is, like then like the division gets like a bye. Whoever it worked last year, I think they did it well. But yeah.
I don't, but that's what I didn't like last year. Like the division winners, I don't think they got a bye. I
Did
think
they
like
not?
higher
Okay,
speed just
so
got
if-
like
if
home field advantage.
They would have to do something like that to make it so there was an incentive still to
Yeah.
win the division.
Yeah. But kind of like what I was saying, did you see the video? It's kind of been circulating on Twitter. The one of like Harold Reynolds doing like the breakdown of Joey Gallo.
I watched a little. It was
Bro.
interesting.
It was actually really interesting because like Joey Gallo has kind of just bounced back like ridiculously. And we've been saying this for so long, bro. All the fans who were just coming after Joey Gallo saying that he's the worst player on the Yankees. Bro, there was people actually saying to bench Joey Gallo. Like to actually not have him start on this team. Literally psychopaths. But now to see him just come around, I think he has like 7 home runs in his last 12 games or something. He's batting over
I'm pretty sure
300
his
now.
OPS is over 1,000 since.
Yeah,
September.
no, I think it's 1,300. If
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think it's somewhere around 1,300. But bottom line, like Joey Gallo has kind of once again inserted himself as like one of the key hitters on the Yankees. Like this is who we traded for, and I think we knew that the guy who was struggling with the Yankees for so long wasn't who the Yankees traded for. But I think this just goes to show that the Yankees don't necessarily always know what's best for a player because they trade for Joey Gallo and they're consistently throwing him in the 2-hole, despite the fact that he says he doesn't like hitting in the 2-hole. So then you move him down, and then I don't know who worked with him on this because apparently the whole reasoning behind his offensive resurgence.
I think it was Rizzo.
Was it Rizzo? Because I don't know
Which
if it's Tim's referring that to him or if it was actually Rizzo himself. Regardless, genius scenario. It kind of reminds me of like 2018 Stanton. Right when Stanton came over, his batting stance was entirely different, and he kind of he opened himself up a little bit more or whatever.
He was like ridiculously closed,
Yeah,
and then he opened himself back up.
But yeah, I mean, it's just the adjustments that I think are awesome, and I don't know, like we said, I don't know if he got it from Rizzo or Tim's, but whoever he got it from, it's been working.
Yeah, I mean, from everything I've read, I'm pretty confident it was just straight up like Rizzo, I guess, gave him that advice or whatever. And if it was Tim's, then I take back what I'm about to say, but like. I'm not one to like diss coaches, but I feel like in a way it's kind of obvious that like what did you watch? You watch the video of Harold Rollins? Like the bat thing, because you always see Gallo, he puts his bat to like cover the entire plate. And it makes total sense that what Gallo does, like sure, when you're bending over to cover the plate, it's gonna cover the plate, but then you go back up in your stance, like bro, like half the zone isn't covered. Like I feel like that should be fairly obvious to where like why wasn't this pointed out sooner, you know? And also too at the same time, like on the flip side. I don't want to put like too much stock into it because like this is who Gallo is, you know, he's a streaky hitter. And right now he's in one of his ridiculous hot streaks. We just got to hope that he rides it through however long the season's going to be. Because right now, like he really is like,
I would say he's our hottest hitter.
He's been our best hitter since the beginning of September.
Yeah. And the fact that like, I don't know about you, but I love like what the Yankees have been doing with the lineup lately. I'm not a big fan of DJ leadoff, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be changing that anytime soon. So just rock with it. But I love Rizzo 2, Judge 3. And I wasn't a big fan of it when it first went down because I used to like Judge on the 2-hole. Now I'm getting more comfortable with Rizzo batting 2 just because. But I like Rizzo 2, then Judge 3. I think they're doing Stanton 4, Gallo 5, right?
Okay, while we're on the topics of lineups, can I give you what I have tomorrow?
Are you actually prepared this time?
It's written down. It's written down.
Go for it.
Okay. Ready? LeMahieu, Rizzo. Now, remember, Cole's pitching, so obviously Gary's not going to catch. LeMahieu, Rizzo, Judge, Stanton, Gallo, Torres, Gardner, Urshela, Higgy. Now, let me say why. And this is actually
what you think they're going to do, not what you want.
This is what I think, and actually what I would probably do here, too, and you may not like this. But I think a big part of it is I don't know if they want Stanton playing the outfield in Fenway. Has he done that this year? And if he were, I don't think they'd want him to play left.
Are you talking for the wild card game?
Well, I'm talking about in Fenway tomorrow.
Are you talking about for this year? I thought this was like your postseason lineup.
Well, if we're talking a game in Fenway, wild card game in Fenway, then probably same thing. So we can do the same conversation.
The only thing I disagree on is like, dude, wild card game in Fenway going up against Chris Sale, you need your best lineup out there. I just if you want to bring in Gardner as like a defensive replacement.
Because I'd rather have Voit face Sale than Gardner. So I take that back. I forgot about the Sale aspect. But that was my lineup for tomorrow. Do you think that's probably I think that's definitely what they go
probably
with
what we're gonna see
tomorrow. LeMahieu, Rizzo, Judge, Stanton, Gallo, Torres, Gardner, Urshela, Higgy.
I think that sounds about right, especially because Cole's on the mound. The only thing that I'm a little bit nervous about, like we kind of touched on to start the show, if tomorrow's game does get rained out. Because I know I was looking at the weather before. There's like a 70% chance of thunderstorms from like 7 to 9 p.m. If the Yankees have to end up like playing a doubleheader in Boston, that would probably be like worst case scenario. Like I want to play 3 separate games on 3 separate days and just go from there, dude. Like, and it's so unfortunate because I could see it playing out perfectly. Saturday's like a 4:00 game. They're gonna do like a whatever after that.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen though. I feel like unless it's like torrential downpour, like really bad, doesn't let up. I think MLB will try their best to get this game in.
I don't
because dude, we're talking like season determining games here. Like you cannot be, and if it weren't for the 7-inning doubleheader rule, I wouldn't care. All right, whatever, just deal with the doubleheader. That's fine. But like, bro, like you cannot have the season. I mean, bro, ultimately this could end the season for us. Like this could be a series that the reason we don't make the playoffs is because of the series. You can't have that be because of 7-inning games. So I just think MLB will probably try their best to get it in.
Yeah, that would suck. It would really suck. But shout out to Andrew Allen.
Well, fuck yeah, Andrew Allen.
Andrew says Gallo since September 3rd, 250 average, 362 OPS. That's got to be wrong. Yeah, on base. I was going to be like, dude, there's no way. 771 slugging. an 1100 OPS, so that's where I was getting the 3 from at 1133. And 192 weighted runs created plus. Bro, those are really good freaking numbers.
Yeah. Yo, how do you? It's totally random. Somebody brought it up in the chat, but don't you think? I'm not sure if we ever talked about this. Do you think Saturday night games or Saturday games should always be night games? Have we talked about that?
Yeah, we did talk about this. I think the only day
You're on board.
you might have to do a day game is Sunday. I think that's the
And
only way.
no, I want that. I'm cool with that one day game a week.
But also,
like,
hear me out. Hear me out. What about, like, this obviously is never going to happen. I think day games should be changed from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. I love 2 p.m. start times. Don't know why, but
there's not much of a difference for me there. If you said 1 to 4, I'd be cool with a 4.
I love 4 o'clock start. I know it's never going to happen. I'm down for, like,
starts.
Saturdays are 4 o'clock starts.
Really I'd be cool with that. Saturdays being 1 just sucks. Like I hate it.
Stupid. And especially because, like, dude, I think this might be the Yankees' problem. You're going out Friday night. That might be it. They're not up because the Yankees.
What did I say?
Games.
What was my theory last episode?
That they're all alcoholics.
The alcoholic theory.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but yeah. Listen, we were talking about Luke Voit a couple minutes ago. I kind of want to touch on that really quickly because this is something else that pissed me off tremendously the other night. Wait, was it last night when Luke Voit started at first, or the night before?
Yeah, I know you're gonna get into. Yeah, it was last night.
Last night. So listen. I'm one of the captains of the Luke Voit bandwagon, bro, where I'm just screaming for Luke Voit to be playing every day. And it's honestly turned into me screaming for Luke Voit to want to be Yankees DH. Primary DH, throw Stan in the outfield, make that happen. But then for some odd reason, bro, yesterday when the lineups come out, Luke Voit is the starting first baseman. Now, and then obviously atrocity in the field. I can't remember last time the Yankees even started Luke Voit at first base, so I'm not surprised that he was god-awful out there because he's not a great first baseman as it is. But I think, like, the narrative that's kind of been, like shifted is, like, all the Luke Voit haters because there's so many of them now. Dude, first of all, when did every Yankee fan become a Luke Voit hater? Because I checked Twitter, and it seems like everyone hates the dude. But everyone despises this man simply because he had a bad night at first base. No one has been asking for Luke Voit to be the Yankees starting first baseman. Not a single soul has been asking for the Yankees to bench Anthony Rizzo to start Luke Voit at first. We've been asking for Voit to be DH. And now this pisses me off so much because of the bad game last night. The narrative is kind of set for the Yankees to literally never play Voit again. And it pisses me off because that's not what we've been asking for.
Dude, no, it was so irritating. Like, I remember right after, and I was annoyed at Voit for not making that play. But yeah, bro, like, you're so right. I remember somebody said right after that, they were like, you know, like a dumb SpongeBob meme where you do like the stupid voice and it's like, start Voit over Rizzo at first base. It's like, bro, nobody said that. No one's been
asking for that.
Like, everybody who wanted Voit in the lineup, which I feel like is still the majority of Yankee fans, they all wanted him at DH. Nobody wanted Rizzo over Voit. Or, I mean, Voit over Rizzo. The conversation was always Voit or Brett Gardner. Clear cut. Like, I don't even know if, like, was that ever even a conversation ever amongst even, like, the stupidest of stupid people of Yankee fans of Voit over Rizzo. I don't remember that ever being a topic of conversation. So,
dude, that's why it's so weird.
And I didn't understand at the time yesterday why Rizzo wasn't in the lineup. Did they ever give a reasoning on that? Maybe they just wanted to give him a day. I don't know. But, like, Rizzo, I feel like he's one of those guys, especially at this point, bro, with 9 games left. Like, Rizzo should be in the lineup every single day. Every single day.
No, 1,000%.
And then with Voit, I mean, I'm actually kind of in the middle now on Voit and Gardner, to be honest, because Gardner has impressed me a lot, but I know how you feel about the situation.
I mean, over his probably like last 5 games.
I agree with what you said last time where you're like, Gardner should never gotten the opportunity to get this hot in the sense that, like, they should have just kept playing Voit. But at this point, like, coin flip for me, Voit or Gardner. I don't really care. But
yeah, but also, like, Dan, you always call me out on recency bias. Isn't that, like, the definition of recency bias?
No, it is, but also too, like, recency bias is fine when it's just like a case of riding the hot hand going into October.
Also, keep in mind here, like, the narrative that Gardner's red hot. Last 24 at bats, he's 3 for 24.
You're right. I saw that too. So no, fair point. You're right.
Gardner's batting 125 in his last 7 games. If you want to go back a little bit deeper, he's batting 235 in his last 51 at bats with a 316 on base. So I think this narrative that Gardner's red hot kind of needs to die a little bit. But dude, that's just my thing. Like, the fact Luke Voit needs to be the Yankees' primary DH moving forward. You have 9 games left of the season. You need your best lineup out there every single night, especially because we haven't seen the offense like dominating like we're expecting them to, right? And then I feel like once you get to that bottom half of the order, I just want my best guys in the lineup every
I
night.
think out of the next 9 games that we have left, I think Voit will play. He'll start in 3 of them.
I was just going to say that.
Which isn't great. Listen, I'll tell you this. If Voit started in 5 of the 9, if I were you, I'd be content with that, honestly. I think you should take that.
Sure.
5 of the 9 games. That's the majority of the playing time. I'd be satisfied with that.
I'd be satisfied with that, too.
Because you know Gardner's going to get playing time. Like, you know it's going to happen. Like, regardless of, like, how it's split. No, but he should in some sense. It should not be 100% Voit, honestly. I don't think it should. But, yeah, it should be majority Luke Voit. Or that's at least what it should have been.
Yo, Andrew Allen just gave me Brett Gardner's numbers since August 1st. What are Voigt's numbers since August 1st? And also, I think what we need to keep in mind
here. Voit gets screwed over, though, bro.
But no, that's what I'm saying. We need to keep in mind that, like, since August 1st, Luke Voit probably got, like, a pinch hit appearance, off, pinch hit appearance, off, starting, off. Like, you know what I mean? So I think, listen, you give Voit the same amount of opportunities that Brett Gardner's gotten. I think that he probably could have done the just amount of, probably more damage, if I'm being completely honest. So it's going to be really weird to see what the Yankees do in wildcard games, because just like you said, I feel like, dude, this has been a narrative for like a month already that we've been going back and forth on, and we still don't seem to have like a complete answer on it.
Yeah, I actually did a video on Voit last night, and I looked into it. He started only 15 of the last 31 games.
It's weird.
And, like, I think we've talked about it before. You've probably brought it up. But, like, dude, like, that's enough to piss somebody off to where they actually request a trade, which very rarely happens in baseball. That's a football thing. Like, a basketball. Like, when was the last time you heard somebody, like, request a trade in baseball?
No, I know. Like,
I don't even like the Yankees. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of it. Or if there's been a case, I haven't heard about it.
Do you think we would hear about it?
Yeah, because I think so. In the case of Voit, right, where it's like, say they re-sign Rizzo, and then, like, I feel like if Voit requested a trade, like, it could kind of, I don't want to say get ugly, but, like, it wouldn't be, like, a pleasant conversation with Voit and the Yankees, and then it would get out, I feel
Fans would hate him even more, too.
I feel like no matter what, it would get out. I don't blame, I'd be pissed if I was Voit.
Yeah, and also, like, just like you said, like, he started, 15 in the last 31 games or whatever.
Yeah.
Also, what we have to keep in mind is, like, once he started to get benched, like, I'd love to know what his numbers were. Like, his numbers as of late before he was, like, starting to sit just about every game. Dude, he
was
probably
the player of the week.
Yeah, he was lighting the world on fire. So it's something that'll never make sense to me. Maybe there's something behind the scenes, but listen, if there is something behind the scenes, I don't think that it should matter at this point. If Luke Voit is, like, causing havoc in the clubhouse, that's no reason to not be playing him.
And he's not. He's not.
No, but also, dude, it's that narrative that people think he is, right? They throw out whatever stupid comments they think he said in that press conference. But then also at the same time, I saw on the Michael Kay show the other day, Michael Kay made the argument as to, like, why Gardner's in the lineup every single day. And he's like, oh, well, because if Gardner's name's on the lineup, he's probably going to go into Aaron Boone's office and, like, flip the desk over. But that's the same reason why people aren't liking Luke Voit, because he's asking for playing time. So it's like you can't play the same narrative with two different people and, like, interpret it two different ways.
I think it's just there shouldn't be an issue with and Kay will go on about that a lot, how, like, if a player who thinks he should be starting isn't starting, he believes he should go in there and, like, bang his head or hand on the desk and be like, yo, put me in the lineup. And I totally agree with him on that. It's different, though, with Voit, because people are just taking out of context the situation. Like, it's not like Voit was simply – or no, it was like Voit was just saying, I deserve to play just as much as Rizzo was. People take it out of context and say he should start over him, or they imagine some beef with Rizzo. I had a comment today, that was like saying – because I said there's – as far as we know, there's no beef between Rizzo and Voit. They seem to get along fine. But then somebody said – and I haven't seen any of this – but somebody's like, oh, no, look, like, they're always on the polar opposite ends of the dugout and stuff. They clearly don't like each other. But, like, I think that's just really – reading too much into it. I think that kind of sums up how this entire situation has been. Everybody's reading way too much into it. Like, it's as simple as Voit just thinks he deserves to play. And when a guy leads the sport in home runs the year before and is an MVP candidate, I'm sorry, he's right in saying that. He deserves to play. That's as simple as it is. Voit's saying, I deserve to play.
Oh yeah, dude, and also, like, I've gotten so many comments on my channel where I'm, like, looking at the comments and it's like, yo, the reason Luke Voigt's not playing is because he swears after every time he strikes out. So classy.
Stop.
Dude, just stop. Like,
Stop.
People are actually psychotic.
Listen, if I don't care about that, nobody should care about that.
And also, yo, major props to you, Dan. Like, yesterday when I tweeted, I was like, yo, I wonder how Dan's feeling about, like, Adolis Garcia's reaction, because all I was thinking is, like, yo, I was feeling it because that was a perfect throw, amazing throw. I get him like celebrating his ass off. I was figuring you were gonna be like, "Oh, Garcia, your team is 40 games out of first place. Just shut up." But no, props to you because you were like, "I respect it."
That's like that was actually respect, and I had no problem, by the way, with the send there. Like that had to be perfect throw, and it was. It's totally fine with that. But like, yeah, for those who don't know, I'm more on the conservative side of celebrating. Like I don't like when bro, it pissed me off. And I said this to you yesterday, when whoever the Rangers center fielder was, one, the fact that he felt the need to jump on that routine fly ball in center field. But afterwards, he gets all hyped up like it was some amazing catch. Like, bro, even if it was some amazing catch, relax. Like your team is fucking, 50 games under 500? But yeah, as for, and who was it? Adolis Garcia made that? Who made that play?
I think it was DJ Peters Garcia? Or whatever.
Okay, whatever.
You mean the one in center?
No. The throw, I mean. Who made that?
Oh, yeah,
play?
that was Adolis Garcia that made the throw.
Yeah. That I equate to, it's such a special moment because it's such an insane throw. It's just bro, if you're on a team that's 50 games under 500 and you hit for the cycle, all right, you should be pumped up as hell. Like, you throw a no-hitter, you'd be pumped up as hell. Something that's, rare. Like, that throw was a special-ass throw, bro. Like, I would be hyped up for that. And I was almost in awe at the time. So that's one of those rare times, bro. I was like, you know what? Tip my imaginary cap to you, bro. That was a good throw.
Yeah, because
and also too, I was feeling a little nice because at that point, once we got on the board, I think at that point it was 3-2, and we kind of caught a little bit of momentum. I was like, all right, we're definitely. I felt like we were going to win the game at that point, so I was feeling kind of nice.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I also try to put myself in his shoes, and I'm like, yo, imagine that was me, dude. I'm probably I'm probably pointing out fans out there that have probably been heckling me all game, being like, yo, bozo, dude. Like,
bro,
I respect it.
I swear to God, if I were an MLB player, any professional sport, and there were fans that were heckling me, bro, I would, after I hit a home run,
would you be Verdugo?
I don't know what that was. Oh, Verdugo was such an ass about it. That was dumb. But say somebody was heckling me, bro, and then I go and hit a home run. Remember what Judge did in Chicago in 2017? Yeah. Not only, bro, would I point them out, bro, I'd find them after the game and beat the shit out of them. I'd be like, right. How about that, bitch?
But then you'd lose your job, you'd lose your contract, and you'd be done. So nice job.
I was saying to actually I put it on Twitter last night too, bro. I was like, the stake of my security deposit for my new crib is on. I saw
that.
That's really how I felt, bro. Dude, and this is why I love this.
But also, bro, just letting you know, even if you do, don't post that on Twitter. Don't do that.
If I actually did it,
yeah, don't do that.
Of course,
you'll just expose yourself. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't do that because I would fix it. I have Dan Rourke Sr. come up and fix it, and then I wouldn't have to. They would never know. But now I lost my train of thought. So
I'm so sorry.
I had to
throw that in there before you told us.
The tensions are high. I like this. It feels good to get violently angry about baseball.
No, I like it. Dude, I want to touch on something before we wrap up, but it might be a little bit sad. So let's talk about Luis Severino first. Yo, shout out to Luis Severino. We haven't really talked since he made his.
Do you like the high Sox? I'm a huge fan of the high Sox.
Love the high Sox. One thing that I found a little bit strange, I think Sevy looks just about the same as he did since we last saw him. He maybe looks a little bit thicker.
He's put on weight, but I don't know if that's muscle or I don't put a little bit chubby. I don't care though.
No. I was gonna say it doesn't look like it's muscle, but all I know is when he made his return, Michael K is like, yo, he looks he looks so much more muscular.
I think that was K's nice way of saying he looks fat.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he put on some weight. But listen, his stuff looked good. The only thing that I guess you kind of knock him on was his velocity wasn't necessarily there. He was sitting at 95, but that's gonna come. That's gonna come as long as he keeps.
And his velocity may not be I'm honestly not looking at his velocity until 2022.
Yeah, no, same.
I mean, maybe not. Because if we get to the postseason, Sevy's going to be all hyped up and he's throwing 101. But I don't know, from a health standpoint, I feel like we shouldn't be. I would assume I don't think anybody should have expected Sevy to throw 98 out of the gate the other day.
Yeah, and that's also what I was going to ask you. I was going to be like, yo, I'm looking at Luis Severino, right? And he gave the Yankees 2 solid innings the first game back. What do you think the scenario is going to be where they're going to use him? Is he going to be a setup man? Is he going to be a long relief guy? Is he only going to come in blowout situations? Because it's weird looking at the Yankees bullpen for this year's potential postseason run. They have so many guys that could give you multiple innings. I can't see any of their starters besides Garrett Cole giving them more than 4 or 5 innings.
In the postseason?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. But with Sevy, I feel like it's one of those situations where I think his role right now on this current date, and Boone did say, I'm pretty sure that he'd be available tomorrow. But as of right now, I feel like Sevy's role is kind of similar to what it was the other day, where like it doesn't have to be like a blowout, but like not exactly like a 1-run game. You bring him in for like 2 innings to finish out a game. But I do think very quickly his role can be elevated to like he could be on the same within like 2 or 3 outings, be on the same level as like Chad Green right now,
No, I
or
agree.
like Jonathan Loaizaga, honestly.
He could be ahead of them.
And that goes for all of the guys that are coming back. With Herman, it can be accelerated that quickly. Michael King, who I'm very excited about. All 3 of those guys have just the opportunity to become like a real like the Phil Hughes, the 2009 Phil Hughes of the 2022 Yankees, 2021 Yankees.
Yeah, dude, that's why I'm saying like I love this Yankees bullpen. Like we're looking at like Chapman, Wandy, Sevy, Herman,
and
King,
dude, we gotta give like a little something to Wandy, bro. Wandy is come on,
shout out to Wandy, yeah.
Give him a little clap. Give him a little clap.
Clap for one.
Goddamn clap. Thank you.
And I'll say this, like I knocked the trade heavily because you know how much I loved Mike Talkman, but he's really turned things around since he got COVID, right? And then he came back from COVID.
And I have to say too, I'm pretty sure like I kind of maybe admitted I was wrong at the time because I was excited kind of about the Wandy deal. But like ever since coming back from the IL, which is what like early August, like dude, he shut everybody up,
which is weird. He looks like a different person.
And dude, and he has energy too, which I love.
That's what I'm saying. We never saw that fire out of Wandy before. It actually seems like he got cloned, and now the clone is like 10 times better, dude.
Easily. And he kind of has like the Gary look to him, where he just has like a puppy dog face in a way. Like I don't know.
No,
I like Wandy, but
I like when he slaps himself too. It gets me going.
I do think he did that like once, didn't he?
No, he did it a few times.
Did he? Okay,
he did it a few times. Yeah,
but I think Sevy's first like true test will come this weekend though against Boston. I do think he'll get into like whether that's like extra innings or something like that.
I have MLB at bat on, and it says in play runs.
Okay,
they had second and third, no out.
Twins lead 3-2.
That's hot,
game on right here,
dude. That's hot.
And runner on third, 1 out. Dude, I'm loving Josh Donaldson lately. He's come up big for us. I think he just drove in a run. I think it was a sac fly.
No, it was a rise. Donaldson was on third.
Donaldson scored. Okay.
Yeah, Donaldson scored. Dude, I'm hyped. We really need the Twins to win tonight. Because then you go into Boston a game up.
Bro, this is what I love. Like, it's just awesome, bro. Like, I'm literally like I like the scoreboard watching. Like, I like the happy first day of fall today, right? Or was that yesterday?
This is like out of the box here. Is it just me or is like fall the best season? Like by far.
Dude, I can't answer these questions anymore. You want to like? I like seasons. Only season I don't like is winter. Like if you said this to me, bro, like if it's first day is spring and you ask me this question, spring's the best season. First day is summer, summer's the best season. The only thing I won't say yes to will be winter. But like, yeah, no, right now I'm really feeling fall, bro. I like the pumpkin spice and all that. I like we didn't get it today, but like we're starting to get to the colder weather. I saw like I think like low 70s, like upper 60s over the next like couple weeks.
Wind, bro.
So like the whole feel of it, bro, like. And like postseason baseball, scoreboard, watching other teams, like hoping your team gets in, talking like pitching matchups, like postseason lineups. Like this could be a very good time of year.
No, yeah. And speaking of the fall, this is what I wanted to touch on before that I was like, I should probably save it to the end because it's a little bit sad. But you know what this series against Boston is like very oddly reminding me of, bro. And I know it's a completely different situation, completely different team. 2016 when we went into Boston and like, dude, as a 16-year-old, my life fell apart watching Hanley Ramirez hit a home run off of Dylan Betances.
Well, you know my story with that, right?
Yeah, no, dude. Like that was like
school that day. I cried.
Traumatic for us. If anything like that happens, which I don't think it will, because it's a much different Yankees team, much different Boston team. I might not know how to handle myself, dude. I might not.
Dude, I meant it seriously when I said like, there's a chance I'll have to be checked into the loony bin. I know I'm being dead ass serious, bro. Like. The thoughts that I've had lately over baseball is actually scary thoughts that like ones that like if a therapist knew about them, they would have me check into a loony. It's not kidding. But like
no,
yeah,
you're
bro,
not kidding though.
I'm actually not. I just had to say that so people don't think I'm crazy. But yeah, man, like that does scare me. It really does. Like especially if it were like if it was like a loss is one thing, but if it's a loss like that in heartbreaking fashion, like nah, I'm good off that, bro.
And that's why I'm saying like I kind of like. I got personal with the chat like the other night, and I'm kind of like, yo, I could be as optimistic about like this road trip as I want. But at the end of the day, like there's always that little chance where it's like this road trip could either go really good, But we also have to remember this road trip could go really bad just because that's who the 2021 Yankees are, right? They could be coming fresh off a sweep of the Rangers. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if they went 0-6. But also I wouldn't be surprised if they go 6-0. So that's why I'm mentally preparing myself for every single scenario that could take place. Because this is the biggest trip of the season. This is the biggest 6-game span of the Yankees season.
This is the season.
They need to show
right
up. This is it.
Yeah.
These next 6 games are the season for the New York Yankees. It makes or breaks everything that they've worked for. And that's why I'm scared,
man.
bro. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't nervous.
No, there's part of me that knows, because obviously it's a possibility that happens. It's more than a possibility. You could say it's to me, when I say I'm confident about the Yankees' chance, it's still it's I don't know, a 65-35 ratio of
Sure.
confident to not confident.
I'm probably at 70.
Yeah, I mean, right around there. But dude, maybe even if we just lose, but if we do lose in a heartbreaking fashion, whether it's the Red Sox series, Blue Jays series, the Rays series, bro, I'll be honest with you, I don't care. I'm gonna cry. I will. I don't care. I will. This is my life, bro, and I know it is for you too. I will. I'm not saying I'll sob. I'm not saying I'll have to cry in my mom's lap. No, but I guarantee you, whether it's the day the Yankees get eliminated from the postseason or get eliminated in the postseason, whatever, there will be tears that are streaming down from my face when that day comes. Because, dude, I don't, when was the last time, bro, I was a sophomore in high school the last time the Yankees didn't make the playoffs. I was fat.
That was 2016, right?
2016, yo. Yeah, actually, no, by then I started to starve myself and I got skinny, but yeah.
Bro, we didn't even know each other back then. That's
I
crazy.
know.
Yo, Dan,
Dude,
this would be the first.
And that's just so funny too, bro. Because we're we are we don't haven't had a World Series since 2009. But I love this struggling. We're struggling Yankee fans, but it's bro, for as long as I've known you, the Yankees are making the playoffs every year.
We're so deprived, bro. And we've had what? 2 ALCS appearances. Yeah. Still haven't had a World Series though. That's okay.
2019 stings. The more and more I think about it, bro. It really does.
It sucks.
That
I kind of wish DJ never hit that home run, but that's okay. I'm trying to think of there's got to be another key topic that I missed. I feel like we touched on everything, right? The Red Sox series, we'll touch on the Blue Jays series on Monday.
Did you see the look Judge? Did you see that badass Kobe moment Judge had?
No.
I tweeted it out. It was
oh, yes.
Good ass win, but we ain't done nothing yet.
Game, right?
Dude, let me just, in case somebody saw, I'm the king of doing this on the last stream where I put my phone up to the camera, but this was it. Look at the Judge's look at the end. Yeah, that's so badass, bro. And dude, it reminds me, have you ever seen the clip? I'm not sure if there's a clip of it, but I remember Jeter when the Yankees won the AL East in 2012, where everybody was celebrating and Jeter was just standing there all just stoic, and it was just had the look we ain't done nothing yet, and that's kind of it looked like what Judge had. It's just all right, that was dope, but let's get back down to earth. There's a lot left to do, and that's what maybe I'm overlooking it, but unless he's totally side eyeing somebody that disrespected him, I don't know. That's what I took out of that, and I thought it was badass as hell. And
can I hit you with?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. What were you saying?
No, what were you gonna say? What were you going to say, Pat?
I was going to say, I want to hit you with my scenario. Dude, I was connecting dots the other day. And, dude, this year is setting up to be the season of destiny for the Yankees. Get ready to connect some dots here, right? I have the whole journey planned out. Wild card game. You eliminate the Red Sox. Revenge from 2018, right? Red Sox eliminate us. You move on to the ALDS. You eliminate the Rays. 2020, the Rays eliminate us from the ALDS. Bang. Checkpoint. Then you go to the ALCS, bro. You eliminate the Astros. The Astros eliminate us in 2017 and 2019. Then World Series, you hit the Dodgers. Done. Bro, that's literally team of destiny, bro. You eliminate every single team that eliminated you in years past, and everything would just feel so... Bro, life would be good.
Bro, I just got chills thinking about, man, I need another Yankees-Astros ALCS. Give me Yankees-Astros. All right, that's it. Dude, we got a big-ass week coming up, bro. This is happening. We're making the playoffs, yo.
No, I know.
Dude, I'm so pumped for the bar, bro.
We went from positivity to negativity. Now we're back to positivity. Also, yo, you know the song Pompeii? You know the song. Yeah, but if you close your eyes, A-O.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dude.
Rivals game.
Okay, I was on the post game the other night, dude. If you look at the lyrics of the song, it's the definition of the Yankees 2021 season.
Can't relate. I don't know the words, but
you don't know the words to the song. You've never heard it before.
Are we gonna do this every 4 episodes with my music?
No,
I know the song, but I don't know. I know it's but if you close your eyes, that.
All right, ready. Listen. And the Wolves.
Copyright. Be careful.
What do you? I'm not playing it. I'm gonna.
I thought you were.
But the guy's British, so I'm gonna sing a British accent. And the Wolves kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Sing it.
I'm not singing.
Sing it, dude.
I don't know the words.
Pull them up.
No, I'm not singing, Pet. What is this,
Dude,
American
please.
Idol? Did you
Unhinged
see Ariana
karaoke,
Grande's on The
bro.
Voice now?
Okay.
What?
No, I didn't see that actually.
She is. She's getting old, I guess. What?
But yo, and then it's like, but if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And then it's like, yo, how am I going to be an optimist about this? It's literally the Yankee season, bro. And no one ever agrees with me.
That might be a deep dive by you,
Whatever,
bro. Maybe.
Whatever, Dan.
We can't agree on everything, man.
It's okay. Yo, also shout out to Jason with the $5 donut. Appreciate you so much, man.
I've always said this. This has been a tweet.
He says Aaron Judge's go-ahead 2-run shot against JV and the ALCS was peak baby bombers.
That's
it's been all
facts.
downhill from there.
Indisputable.
But
That was
the sad part
was,
is we didn't know it at the time.
well, no, but yeah, I mean that's what it is. Like looking back, like we look at it, and it's like honestly, like that home run had me way more hyped than DJ's home run. Like that felt like it was like man, like because I think we were down 1 at that time, and like we came off the game 1 win, and like we just dominated the Twins. Like I just remember Judge hitting that home run and seeing him around the base, and it's like man, like maybe like we really are gonna win the World Series. Like this feels like like this might be the team, yo. And then
No, I know.
you know,
And that's also like why I
Wise
kind of
man,
look at like all these losers out there who are like rooting for the Yankees not to make the playoffs. Dude, I just want those moments. I need to like experience like more of those moments in my life, dude. Like even if we look back at last year, like we had moments last year. Judge's shot off Bieber. Dude, you look at DJ's big hit off Brad Hand.
Give me at least 2. There's been a stat I've been wanting to release for 2 years now. Aaron Judge is 2 postseason home runs away from having as many postseason home runs as Mike Trout does postseason at bats. Nobody steal that. That's my tweet.
Yeah, but that's not even fair to Trout, though. It's
No,
not like
it
it's
is.
his
It's cool.
fault. Like,
No, but you know, I have like it's instilled in me the Trout to Judge comparison because people have done it to me in the past. So has he returned yet? Is he back?
6-2 Twins.
Let's go!
Yo,
Who homered?
let's go.
Nick Gordon. Who's Nick Gordon?
Did he hit a grand slam?
3-run. 6-2.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
Nick Gordon, I want to kiss you on the mouth, bro.
Dude. Yo, so we're looking. I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself. It's only the 5th inning, but Blue Jays lose this game. We're now looking at a full game behind us. Just a game behind us because they have one more loss than we do.
Bro,
Which is clutch. That's sick.
that's huge.
I tried
love
not to
the
scream
Twins.
too loud because I haven't met my neighbors yet.
You're gonna get.
I've been pretty good at that.
100%.
My dad will text me like when like Judge goes deep or something like that. He'll just be like, "Take it easy." 'Cause I don't
No.
want. Yeah, I've met a couple of them, but I don't like know them
That's so sad.
personally.
Yo, also,
Wow.
we got another dono, $2 dono. Christian, Pat, stop freaking singing.
Keep singing, Pat.
And the wolves kept tumbling. Yo, can you please pull up the lyrics, dude?
I'm
Just sing
not
like the
Pat.
first like 3 words.
Dude, I'm the only person in my family that doesn't sing. Like,
Dude.
we're a musical-ass family, not me.
And the wolves kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Yo, we're Twins now. We're Twins fans now. It's a 4-game set against the Blue Jays, right?
It is. Dude, can you imagine they could win 1 more game? Just give me a split. That's all we need.
I'm so excited. Listen, all I know. Do you have anything else you want to touch on before we wrap things up? Because I was gonna wrap things up. Any final comments? Because you always like, oh, you never let
There's
me.
a dope
get
cafe.
things.
I just like to talk about life at the end. There's a dope cafe by my crib.
Really? Have you been?
Yeah. I went in there the other day with Andrea, and I asked for pumpkin spice, and the lady looked at me like I had 6 heads.
Is it like a bougie one where coffee's
It's
like $9?
dude, it's like Cafe Vista. Like they hardly speak English. So I think it is bougie, kind of. Look, they're nice.
Is it good?
Not good enough to where I don't go to Starbucks now every day, which is a 20-minute walk.
So you go there instead of the library because you used to go to the library all the time.
Dude, I was wondering the other day, and I'm still wondering: is there a library in Hoboken? Because if there is,
There's gotta be.
I figure there will be.
Yeah,
All the students. I got recognized at the gym today too. It was cool.
that's so nice.
Yeah, it was a cool kid. He came up to me. He was like, "Yo, this is really weird, man." He's like, "But he was cool." He didn't even sound like that. He was like, "This is really weird, man." But like, do you have a YouTube channel? I'm like, "Yeah, Yankees Avenue." We were just talking and shit. He's a cool kid. He's in a frat at Stevens. You know Stevens? You know Stevens, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Sounds cute.
Yo, that's actually funny that you bring up the frat thing because yo, on the Unhinged Discord the other day, all the people in the chat were talking and they're like, "Yo, Pat and Dan are like a little frat." I'm like, "Yo, literally like no frat whatsoever." Like I'm probably the furthest thing from frat.
I'm not
You're a
a
little
frat.
fratty. You're a little
People,
fratty.
no, people think that to me through the internet, but like, if you met me in person, bro, I mean, not you, but like people have said this to me, like I'm not frat like at all. Like
No,
I'm not.
neither am I. But
Like,
no, I think you're a little bit more than
I think it has to do with the blonde hair, blue eyes, whatever. But like, no, yeah, I guess maybe a little more so.
Yeah,
than
but you also like your khaki shorts.
Yeah, but I'm also like I'm like a weird kid in a way too. I'm not like
No, sure.
you know what I mean?
No, yeah, neither of us are. That's like my argument that I'm
Yeah.
trying to make.
But as for like a frat house, if you want to turn it into like a content house, I'm always up for that, bro. That is such in the works, man. This is only a 1-year lease here, bro, and I love this crib. But like,
no, I know.
at
I mean,
some point, dude.
that's the eventual goal, right? I mean,
Yeah, eventual goal, as in a year from now.
time will tell. But yo, listen, that's gonna wrap things up for today's episode of the Pat and Dan Show. Big road trip coming up. 6 games, 3 games in Boston, 3 games in Toronto. It's gonna make or break the Yankee season. So next time we'll see you guys is Monday. Monday's another off day, right?
What time do you think they get Monday? No, is it? No,
I think so. There's an off day in between the Red Sox and Blue Jays.
Kill me. I
Yeah,
can't.
it is.
I can't, dude. With
Monday's
these
an
off
off
days,
day.
bro.
So we'll see you guys Monday, 9 p.m. Yo, Andrew says editors get a spot in the content house. 1,000%.
Yo, hell yeah.
You stud. But yeah, so with that being said, hopefully the Yankees can go 6-0. We're expecting them to go 6-0, right? So next time we talk to you guys will be on Monday after the Yankees do finish off the sweep of the Red Sox. Let's go Twins. Currently have a 6-2 lead over the Blue Jays. We need them to win. But Yankees control their own destiny. It's going to be fun moving forward. I'll see you guys for the Yankees pregame tomorrow at 6 p.m. But yeah, you guys know the deal. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. We'll see you all next time. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Let's go Yankees. Peace.